Have you ever experienced the sudden jolting sting of betrayal, like to a glass suddenly shattering at your feet? Abrupt. The realization that someone you trusted betrayed you is more than just a momentary feeling. It's a call to discernment and a lesson in the delicate dance of trust. Trust being the invisible thread that binds all relationships together. Trust is always in play, whether you're interacting with friends, working on a team, or even just sharing a smile with someone at the grocery store. Today, I'm going to share with you an important truth. This journey isn't about passing judgment. Rather, it's about arming yourself with knowledge and protecting your well-being in a world where your peace should be sacred. In this video, we'll navigate the murky waters of human interactions by introducing you to 9 different types of people who, despite appearing trustworthy, could be impeding your path to greatness. This has nothing to do with making walls or living in fear. Rather, it's about being astute, conscious, and appreciative of your tranquility of mind. As we walk through these types of inspired by Stoic principles, you'll see that it's not just about avoiding the bad, but also about embracing the good and making decisions that are in line with a life of respect and integrity. Stoicism teaches us the importance of understanding the intentions and actions of others, guiding us to make informed decisions about who we let into our lives. Let's get started and learn how to handle the tricky world of trust with the assurance and clarity of a Stoic 21st century individual, the manipulating one. The manipulative person's trust is similar to giving someone using a pen to draw your own portrait, can be an artistic endeavor if done correctly. If not, well, let's just say you might not recognize yourself. Now, let's talk about the cunning person, one of the 9 people who, quite honestly, shouldn't be trusted with anything, not even a crayon, when it comes to your life's canvas. These cunning characters are skilled at creating illusions, making it appear as though they are on your side, when in reality they are simply outlining their own agendas. Always remember that trust is a two-way. However, manipulators view it as a one-way street leading directly to their objectives. They operate like magicians, diverting your attention with one hand while the other picks your pockets. This makes them tricky to deal with because, unlike these innocuous reptiles, manipulators manipulate facts, stories, and even emotions in order to obtain control. Defending oneself against this being an artful dodger doesn't mean being paranoid. Rather, it means being perceptive and vigilant. You should be on the lookout for discrepancies, half-truths, and that uneasy feeling in your stomach that something is wrong. And if you do happen to catch them in their act, then it's time to show them the way out of this stage of your life. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Pay close attention to what is not said, to the pauses between promises and the silences between words, because that's where the truth often lies. Therefore, arm yourself with the sword of discernment and the shield of awareness, and ultimately your emotional well-being. Being isn't just important, it's essential. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to let go of those who abuse your trust. The best thing you can do is to keep in mind that you are the artist of your life, and that you should never let a manipulator to hold the brush. You are the marketplace of human connections' continuous critic. Trust is a currency more valuable than gold. Think about the person who is always critical of you and always has a lot to say. They disturb the peace around you like a bug in your favorite game. It's like giving your secrets to someone who leaks. The critic's remarks, which are frequently harsher than required, are a mirror reflecting their own fears and doubts about your value. Their seemingly never-ending comments are depressing, like rain on a parade. And trust in each other. Let's add a pinch of adding levity to the mixture. The Stoics had it right when Marcus Aurelius wisely stated that the best revenge is to be unlike him who committed the injustice. So when you encounter the constant critic, picture them as a self-appointed judge in the courtroom of life, where everyone is guilty until proven innocent. They wield their gavel of judgment with the enthusiasm of a chef oversalting a stew, trusting them. It's like expecting a cat not to pounce on a laser pointer. Now, humor. Keep in mind that their opinions do not accurately reflect your value. Rejecting these people is like choose a calm route over a turbulent one. It's not about proving them incorrect, but about not letting their clamor disturb your inner tranquility. Your life's journey shouldn't be accompanied by background talk. Ultimately, your journey defines you, not theirs, so have faith in yourself and select your confidence carefully. The flimsy, these people, who appear to be pleasant on the surface, are the ever-smiling charmers who effortlessly navigate through crowds, defying gravity with their contagious laughter and boundless supply of well-wishes. They are the social butterflies of our day, but let's take a moment to reflect, because they are not all that glitters is gold. These masters of the social scene who are painting the town red with their camaraderie may just be illusionists. Their broad smiles could be masks for a desire for fame, much like chameleons, which change color and blend in with any crowd. Always keep in mind that a true friend is one who enters while the others, not the one who is only a fleeting cloud in the sky of your life, but the world moves away. True friendship, in this ballet of social niceties, is always serene, as I once wisely said. The people who appear friendly on the surface are not the ones who truly connect with you. They may remember your birthday, but will they be there when the cake crumbles? Their friendship is like a thin veil of mist that can disappear at the first sign of reality. So as you navigate life's many relationships, equip yourself with discernment, the stitches of true ties, not the flimsy threads of shallow acquaintances. Hold the fabric of life together, so don't be seduced by the superficial charm, and seek those who value depth over breadth, the unfocused listener unfocused. Listener, let's talk about a character that is as ubiquitous in our daily lives as smartphones, the person who nods along in a conversation, their eyes glazing over as if they were planning their dinner instead of paying attention to what you're saying. It's easy to become frustrated with this modern-day statue, but remember that in our world of never-ending notifications and digital distractions, to be everywhere is to be nowhere, the unfocused. The app listener serves as a helpful reminder to cherish the art of listening. Picture yourself sharing a personal story with someone, and as you're doing so, they're thumbing through their phone as if it were the newest bestseller. It's like playing tennis against a curtain. No rally, no game. This is about connection more than it is about respect. If someone can't take a break from their screen to have a genuine discussion with you, then there's no reason for you to waste your time and words on them. The next time you come across someone using a screen, remember that life is too short to be background noise. The unfocused listener doesn't merely stand there and feel insignificant. Learn from the Stoic playbook and respect your own words and time enough to go. Marcus Aurelius observed astutely that we don't actually have a shortage of time, but rather that we squander a lot of it. Don't let the unfocused listener to make your time into something. The unforgettable 5, the empathy-deficient person navigating life's complicated web. We frequently come across people who appear to have lost their empathy. Compass, picture this. Someone who finds it just as easy to trick others for quick money as it is for the rest of us to breathe. It's a scary idea, isn't it? These are the people who walk through life's puddles, not caring who gets wet. Their empathy is effectively on permanent vacation. This lack of empathy raises more than simply a warning sign. It raises an entire banner. Trust is a vulnerable bird. And when it's in the hands of someone who lacks empathy, as a wise Stoic once said, like a fragile egg always at risk of being crushed. What does not benefit the hive also does not benefit the bee. This remark perfectly captures the spirit of our experience with the empathy-challenged individuals who work alone, buzzing about without taking into account the hive and frequently leaving a path of dismay in their wake. It's as if we're handing them a blueprint of our weaknesses when we trust them, a dangerous venture indeed. As modern-day Stoics, we face challenges in identifying these traits and maintaining a healthy distance from others. By doing this, we not only safeguard ourselves, but also serve as an example of conscientious, considerate living. There's a certain kind of person you might run into called the constant irritator. Imagine someone who enjoys stirring things up and never misses an opportunity to poke or prod you. They're the masters of the subtle jab, a kind of emotional ninja who throws little darts that might not hurt at first, but over time they add up. You know, the type that's always right, never in doubt, and always ready with a remark or a smirk that gets under your skin. It's as though they have a PhD in provocation. But here's the joker. They do it so effortlessly you might even wonder if it's real. Don't fall for it. This is their arena. And annoyance? And most of all, you don't have to play. The wise Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is your mantra when coping with the perpetual annoyance. They may try to make you feel bad, but remember that your mind is your territory, so fiercely defend it. You are more intelligent than their tricks, so when they push, don't push back. Step aside and let their words. The next time they come at you with their mean remarks, smile, nod, and walk on. You're playing a different game, one of knowledge and peace. Float by like clouds on a windy day. You're the calm in the storm, the unshakable core, and that, my friend, is genuine power and unwavering strength. Even the eternal victim, a character in life's grand play who appears to be ensnared in the clutches of tragedy forever, avoid the trap of the eternal victim. This individual's tale is a constantly experiencing new problems every day. They wear their suffering as a badge, but strangely, they're caught in a loop of inaction where whining turns into their comfort zone. The twist is that their problems are frequently self-crafted, much like a captain who ignores the compass and sails into storms of their own creation while wondering why the waters are never quiet. Their worries are a bizarre symphony of moans and gripes to anybody within earshot. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our thoughts create our life." This is particularly true for the eternal victim, whose story is a mixture of passivity and pessimism that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. While lending a helping hand may seem noble, tread carefully, as engaging too deeply could pull you down. It's a delicate dance balancing empathy with self-preservation. Therefore, when you come across this archetype, remember to keep your feet firmly planted. Your journey is yours to steer, and while the seas of life are unpredictable, your ship doesn't have to follow another person's misguided course. 8. The two-faced. Let's move on to the 8th character in our journey, the chameleon in human form, the master of masks. The two-faced individual will dazzle you with their sparkling smile and honeyed words, only to turn around and smear your name in mud the moment your back is turned. Their specialty is a seamless transition from a warm laugh to a cold stab of betrayal. It's like watching a skilled actor, except the stages of your life additionally. The drama is all too genuine, according to this remark, is especially applicable while dealing with the 2FA individuals. Rather than becoming ensnared in their web of deceit, opt to surround yourself with people that uplift you. Seneca: associate with those who will make a better man of you, and encourage you to sever your connections with people who bring negativity and deceit into your life. It's not about being harsh. Rather, it's about exercising caution. By doing this, you're safeguarding your reputation as well as your mental health. Keep in mind that a friend who betrays your trust is more dangerous than an open adversary. Trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship, and its absence only results in instability. Rather than retreating, this is a step toward a life filled with sincerity and honesty. Hold fast, make the courageous choice, and move on. The toxic individual lurks in the shadows of relationships, like a rain cloud on a sunny day. They have a talent for turning bright smiles into frowns, often leaving a trail of doubt and insecurity. Picture this: you're building a sandcastle of self-esteem. The toxic individual connections mean the toxic individual trust is a treasure not to be handed out like free samples at a grocery store. When it comes to the toxic individual, think of trust as a luxury they can't afford when the most toxic person arrives, prepared to topple it with a foot of negativity. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that counts. Facing a toxic person is like being in a stormy sea. You can't control the waves, but you can learn to surf. Keep in mind that this person may be battling their own emotional hurricanes. It's wise to handle them with a long-handled spoon, close enough to offer an umbrella, but far enough to avoid getting soaked. If you trust them, that's like giving them a bigger foot. Now, let's hear from a Stoic on this epic treatise. Ultimately, what matters is staying afloat on your own vessel. While having faith in others can be advantageous, it is important to exercise caution when using it, particularly when interacting with a toxic person. Trust must be customized for each individual and circumstance. Finding the right balance between naivety and maturity is important when it comes to trusting people. If you were giving someone a key to your house, you wouldn't just give it to anyone, right? You would only give it to someone who has demonstrated they'll respect your space and not turn your living room into a circus. And skepticism in a nutshell: try trusting prudently and carefully, especially when the toxic person is in the picture. We appreciate you joining us on this journey through our investigation of trust and character. If you found these insights insightful, please remember that wisdom expands when shared. Share this information with your family and friends by subscribing and remembering to ring that notification. Please leave a comment below if you'd like to be updated with more advice. We also love to hear from you. Here's a short but powerful phrase to share. Trust wisely, respect deeply. Let these words serve as a compass in your pursuit of meaningful connections and personal development. Continue to grow and remain stoic.